Hey there, it's Joseph, and welcome back to the channel on San Miguel de Allende's Secrets. And today we're going to talk about the secrets behind money here in Mexico and in San Miguel de Allende specifically. As always, there's information in the descriptive links down below if you need more information, or if you want to click on over into Amazon and buy any of the books in the best-selling series, San Miguel de Allende's Secrets. Let's go. Of course, money is different in Mexico than up north. Obviously, the look and feel, but also how money works, and one's relationship with it takes some mental readjustments to financially succeed here. The currency in Mexico is the peso. Paper currency comes in denominations of 20, 50, 100, 200, and 500 pesos. Rarely ever do I come across a 1,000 peso note, currently worth about $50. Coins come in denominations of 1, 2, 5, and 10 pesos, each clearly labeled. I'm not even going to bother explaining the teeny tiny half a peso coins, and they so rarely come in handy. Way more than up north, Mexico is a cash-based society. Credit cards are normally only handled at the large box stores and more expensive restaurants. Like my father before me, I keep my cash in envelopes marked for the various monthly expenses in a safe, though. And honestly, his safe was a rather large shoebox, as his feet were rather clownish. Yes, most every Mexican house has a safe just for this reason. Getting change, like pictured there to the right, is always a problem. Small denomination bills and coins are hard to come by, so get used to collecting them. Shopkeepers and taxi drivers always seem to be out of change and small bills, particularly first thing in the morning or at the start of their work shift. There's an expectation that the customer should always provide appropriate change, rather than the other way around, even in the large box stores, with cashiers making a fuss when you don't have the exact change, which is blatantly ridiculous and annoying. They've got more cash in that store than the Vatican. You'll learn quickly, box stores and booze stores, areas of high cash-paying traffic, are the best places to get change for a 500 peso note. If you go to a tamale vendor expecting to pay 10 pesos with a 200 peso note, you'll likely walk away hungry. Yes, if it comes to making a sale or making change, most would rather not make change. Also, don't forget to have enough pesos to carry you through a weekend or Mexican holiday when banks are closed. Wise people carry a spare ATM card, as machines are known for swallowing a card. Even at a bank, when it's open, you won't get your card back. It's unpleasant, but it'll happen to you at some point. Exchange houses are working with a human option for getting pesos for US dollars, but at slightly lower rates. The caveat here is you must have your passport on you. Before leaving a bank or an exchange house window, count your change in front of the teller before the next client steps up. Sure, it's cumbersome, but if there was an error and you've walked away, it can't be fixed. If only coming to San Miguel de Allende for a visit, a few days prior to departure, have your home bank do a peso exchange for you. It may take several days to complete, but it's normally fee-free. For ATM safety, use machines in popular areas like the Jardín or a big box store or the bank itself. Also, be aware, even if the bank shares the same name, the branch in Mexico is often known by a different company than the one in the U.S., and the two banks with the same name don't intermix, and treat the other as a separate entity. It's confusing, but quite common, so don't assume you can move money between accounts. The U.S. dollar sign is also used to indicate pesos in Mexico. Assume all prices in pesos. We aren't like Guatemala, where even the ATMs dole out American dollars. Without a passport, you can't exchange dollars. So to your typical Mexican, the dollar is only good in the game of Monopoly. Speaking of pesos, don't bring back pesos to Mexico from a long ago trip. Chances are the bills are worthless, as Mexico frequently changes their paper money to prevent counterfeiters. When the peso changes forms, like the 500 pesos and the 200 peso denominations recently did, get rid of your old bills over the next year, as eventually they'll be valueless. I can't tell you how many times on tours People show me their old pesos, which are often rather pretty. However, neither I nor anyone else will accept them. Online banking is also different here. I've yet to have my bank be able to access my account online, and neither can I. It just means I stop in for paper copies once a month to make sure all's normal. Bills are different too. Whether a credit card, water, electricity, you as a consumer are expected to know when your payment is due and how much. You may get a bill in the mail, you may not. Mail is flakier here than a Kardashian. Knowing how much and when a bill is due, as a former CFO, was probably the most difficult thing to get used to. Wait, I stand corrected. Accounting terms were the most difficult things to get used to. Even when properly translated into English, they don't mean the same things. If going into investing and more complex finances than a checking account, don't assume because you know the word in English, in accounting terms, it means the same thing. Credit card interest is way higher, as are annual fees. That said, it is a joy to have a Mexican credit card in an emergency and your U.S. bank is closed and declined your hospital entrance payment. Receipts are also a huge deal here in Mexico, as folks are more suspicious of vendors than Northerners are. Hold on to your receipts for bills paid and anything when doing real estate. Even on an inexpensive bus ride, you'll get a receipt. Just take it. But that one you can throw away later, but only after your ride. I invest in Mexican bonds, both corporate and government, and feel they are the unsung heroes of financial independence worldwide. By Northern standard, the rates are great. And get this, taxes are taken out automatically upon your interest payment. You fill in nothing to show you have paid your Mexican taxes, though you still have to for your U.S. taxes even if you don't owe. Consider it a lost Sunday afternoon in exchange for way better interest rates. Banks run the gamut in terms of services. Most only offer checking and savings accounts, and for many Northerners, that suffices. Others offer a wide array of investment opportunities, insurances, and consulting. For the last decade, I've been with salsa dancer extraordinaire Maggie Herrera at Inbursa Bank. I opened my investment account with Maggie and have been with her for nearly a decade at the bank and on the dance floor, in English classes and fiestas with her family. It's comforting to know that your bank's representative is a decent person, even outside of the office, and that her grandson has an enormous fondness for McDonald's French fries. Also, be very particular with the name listed as a beneficiary on your bank account. It supersedes your will, and the name must be exactly the same as it is on their passport. Mary Dahl on a form is a different person than Mary T. Dahl on her passport. Be precise about this and save your heirs countless frustrations. So, to be financially happy in Mexico, adjust your expectations, be prepared to learn a new vocabulary, and reap the benefits of safe, high-interest earning investments. Oh, and always think about how and when you can exchange a 500 peso note for something smaller. For today's money trivia, that Inquisition era nun you see on the older green 200 peso notes, like there on the left, notice the book behind her that she has written. With proper magnification, you can view that she has scribbled, "God help the men that underestimate the intelligence of women." Again, feel free to click like and subscribe buttons down below, and that way you'll get notifications of new videos that come out in the San Miguel de Allende Secrets series.